what is digital marketing is all about. You see, digital marketing is like a big umbrella under which you have a lot of components. When all these components are put together to work together, then you have a beautiful, successful digital marketing strategy. It always starts with the engaging websites. Okay, once you have a website, then you will do some search engine optimization, which is totally free. When you build a website, you will have to do SEO and stuff like that. All right, and then you create your content. You create content. When you create content, a lot of people think it's promotional content. It's not entirely promotional content. It is also content to help people, to inform them about your product, about your business, to add value to them. All right, and this content should be telling them, should be like a inform them to take an informed decision about your product, about your service, about your brand. Okay, so that is content marketing. And of course, you have email marketing if you want to keep in touch with them and stuff like that. But of course, do it in a very tasteful manner, because there's just a very fine thin line between email marketing and spamming. All right. And then we come to social media marketing. This is my forte. All right. So today I'm going to talk about social media marketing, which is one small component, not small component, one of the important component of digital marketing. All right. So in social media marketing, what I'm going to touch today is only Facebook and Instagram, because these two are like joined together, under the same company. All right. Facebook took over. And then you have pay-per-click. Pay-per-click comes in when you want to pay for the for Google Ads, for example. And once your SEO is all done, and when people still search for something on Google, you want your product to just appear in the front page. So you do pay-per-click marketing, all right? So the best, one of the most common is Google Ads. All right, guys? And if you see, after all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in down there, I put the analytics and reports. Sad to say, a lot of marketing people fail to do this, analytics and report. When you do all these actions takes money. These actions require energy. These actions require time. So you need to know which is working, which is not working. So one of the ways, actually that's the only way to see that, is by analyzing and creating a report, extracting the data and studying the data. So by that, when you do this, then you know how you can improvise on your campaigns, how you can make the most from the best performing campaign, stuff like that. So when you don't do this and keep on doing whatever you feel like and then you're actually making a mistake there. Sorry to say, it is a mistake, all right? You need to always stop, analyze your data, because data tells story. Data tells beautiful story when you know how to read the data. All right, so that is in a nutshell what digital marketing is all about. Okay, now why social media marketing? So for me, social media marketing, it works amazingly beautiful if it's done right. Okay, so there are certain things that you can achieve using social media marketing. One of the things is to promote. Okay, promotion happens beautifully on social media marketing. You can promote your product, your services, your brands, whatever that you need to promote, you can just promote it. All right, and then it's a branding avenue. All right, when branding is like, when people tell branding, it's like a very common used word, but it is something very important, and you need to do it in a very it's a consistent thing that you have to do. It could be your personal brand, it could be your business brand, it could be your product branding. So all this branding can be done on social media marketing. All right, and then you have customer engagement and sales. See, social media marketing allows you to really, really engage with your customer. Okay, they talk to you, they communicate with you just by a few clicks, just by WhatsApping or just by PMing you, and they want to ask questions and stuff like that. So this is a place where customer can, it's a very high engagement with a customer happens in social media. And when you give good customer service, it turns into sales. All right. And then, yeah, on social media, even in all the digital area, you can actually target your right audience. I'll be going deeper into this in a short while. Okay. So all these things can be done, and it can be done with a very low cost. Okay. And it's very, very effective. Of course, it's fast to deploy and easy to deploy. All right. All you need to know is how. Okay. One thing that I want to tell you guys is there is no template to tell you this is how social media works. If you see, you will see a lot of now during this MCO time, there's a lot of online gurus coming and use this template, make 20 million, use this, my hello, yeah, I can hear someone talking. Can you just unmute yourself? Thank you. So we have a lot of templates running around, but I tell you, there is no template that can make your social media strategy work. However, there are frameworks. All right. So I'll be going into frameworks in a short while. So anyway, before you start anything, you need to have a strategy. You need to have a plan, just like for social media marketing. So you need to have a few plans. So maybe you want to just write it down, jot it down, or screenshot, whatever, right, guys? Anyway, it's being recorded, no worries. All right. So before you start anything, you need to have a strategy. This is like a plan. So the saying goes that if you fail to plan, you're actually planning to fail. So that's very true here. All right. Have a strategy. Answer these few questions. Just mentally answer these few questions. What are your goals? What are your goals for your social media? Is it branding? Is it visibility? Is it traffic? You want more sales, or you want to increase the recruitment, increase the enrollment? Like for my college clients, their goals is for branding, visibilities, and improving the enrollment. All right. And then what differentiates you? Guys, write it down. What differentiates you? Write it down. What's your elevator pitch? What's your USP? What testimony you have? Just pull back all the testimonies that you have. All right. All these are your content that you can use, right? So just write it down, because sometimes you feel like you're already working in the business. Sometimes you just feel like it's a normal thing. But when you write down everything, you'll know each one is a very important point. Okay. And then who is your customer? Who are you trying to reach? You have to define this customer very precisely. I'll explain to you also later. Okay, I have all slides prepared for you. How will you execute? See, if you want to execute a plan, you need to sharpen your axe. So how are you going to sharpen your tool? What kind of knowledge you need to have? What kind of tools you need to have? So all this, write it down. If you have a team, do it with a team, with your team members. Okay, this can be like a brainstorming session you can do with your team members. All right. And finally, when will you communicate? Which platform do you want to use? Is it Facebook or is it LinkedIn? Why not LinkedIn? Why not Google? YouTube. Stuff like that. Which platform? So how often do you need to post? So this is what I'm talking about, posting strategies. All right. So of course, I'll be going later on each one of it in detail, but this is just for you to start your mind to start processing these questions. All right. So I mentioned about there's no framework. There's no template. Remember, I just mentioned there's no template for a successful social media strategy. There's no template. You cannot just follow someone else what they do and just follow this, because it won't work. It might work for sometimes, but long term, you need to create your own strategy. But worry not. I'm going to give you a framework on how this works. You see the 3 PiP of social media marketing. SMM is social media marketing. PiP is paling important principles. Okay, so this is what I call my 3 paling important principles. First, your profile. Second, your people. And third, your posting. Your profile here means which platform you are in. Is it like fully optimized? All right. So from what I gather, the information that I gathered during my survey, you create, not you, I'm telling the person, all right? People create a Facebook page and they start posting stuff and start boosting, the boost button there, they start boosting things and then keep on posting promotional items 3 or 4 times a day or even more, and then keep boosting and complain that I don't make a sales. Where is the strategy in that? You are just posting things. What do you even post? So you need to do things properly in a right manner to achieve that results. Okay. So first thing that you need to really focus is on your profile. So I'm going to talk on all these 3, but it's going to be very brief because we only got like 1 hour today, right? So I can do this for 3 days actually. Okay. So the profile. Before you go for the profile, you need to know which platform you need to be in. Okay, so these are few questions that you can ask yourself in order to choose which platform you need to be in. The first question is, okay, I see Mr. Sadir was doing that. All right. So the first question is why? Why you should be on social media? Why your business should be in social media? Do you need a page actually? Do you need a platform on social media? Can you do a business without social media? Or if yes, you need to be on social media, now everyone needs to be online, all right? Since your target market is everyone is online. So why should you be on social media? What's your goals? Remember, I mentioned earlier, what are the goals? So maybe visibility and stuff like that. So that's the second one. What are your goals for your business page? So be specific here. So when it comes to goals, we always follow this SMART rule. All right. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this SMART rules, right? So SMART meaning specific. So in social media term, rather than saying I want more visitors coming to my page, tell how many visitors you want. All right. Try to be have measurable what do you call that, goals. All right. Meaning to say, don't say I want to increase my brand awareness, I want to increase the visibility, I want to have more social influence. There's no tracking measure for that. Try to be very, very measurable, attainable. So you know this is challenging, but it's very possible. So don't try to kill yourself by making unrealistic goals like I want to have 1 million followers in 10 days, which is not going to happen. All right. So that's again being realistic. And finally, you have to give yourself a deadline, because trust me, the moment you say, I will achieve it one day, that one day never comes. I know, I'm still waiting the one day for the gift that my husband's supposed to give me. So the one day will never come, all right? And once this is done, you are going to upgrade yourself to a smarter goal, all right? Smarter goal means the moment your deadline ends, you are going to evaluate. That is the E here. You are going to evaluate. All right, you're going to evaluate. When you evaluate, two things can happen. One, you already achieve your goal. All right, so you're going to go to the next R, which is rewarding yourself. Or you didn't achieve your goal. So what you do? You re-evaluate. All right, so re-evaluating means go back to your SMART goal, check back. Maybe that goal has to be, improvised a bit. Okay, and then we go to the important part. Who are you trying to reach? Who is your target audience? Be specific about this. Okay, and how are you going to achieve your goals? So like attending a webinar like this is good. How are you going to make yourself improvise yourself in terms of social media marketing and stuff like that? Are you going to hire a team? Are you going to have someone to help you? Are you going to have a content manager or a designer, stuff like that? How are you going to do? So be very clear here. Okay, guys. Now, easier way for you to choose your platform is by audience. All right. So Facebook, even though you might hear a lot of saying that Facebook's popularity is declining and people are going to Instagram more or TikTok more, but the truth is Facebook is still the #1 platform in Malaysia and in the world, and it's still the most popular one. All right. And if you have audience like from 18 years old to 35 years old, the younger generation, the younger adult, so not the younger adult, the older adult, I don't know. Okay, the younger generation, you can be on Instagram. And if you have a lot of nice images, let's say you are in a F&B industry or you are a florist or stuff like that, you have like beautiful images, make use of Instagram. And if you want to go for your personal branding, you want to get connected to professionals around the world, LinkedIn works beautifully in that. All right. So be in LinkedIn if that's what you want to achieve. And TikTok, all this while I thought it was the silliest thing until they decided to start ads. And until my customers and when we sit and we talk about it, because most of my clients, they are into education. So they are schools, international schools and colleges, private colleges. So we decided, why don't we start TikTok marketing? So I tell you, TikTok is upcoming, and the generation, so the target audience is younger than even Instagram audience. Okay. So this is how you choose a platform. Okay, let me just stop for a while. I want to see all your faces. Okay, just a second. Okay, guys, understand? I need some thumbs up or anything. Okay, good. Go back, huh? Okay, this is amazing. So I think I get a few chats here. Let me just have a look at the chats first. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Okay, some yes only. All right. Yes, I cannot see you. Just a second, huh? Um, okay, I can see you. Okay. Now, since Facebook is like the most popular and all that, let's focus on Facebook. So what I'm doing on Facebook can easily duplicate it on Instagram. Okay, so don't worry too much about it because it's under the same platforms anyway, right? So tips on building a successful business page. Number one, you need to know what is pages, what is profiles, and what is groups. All right. Pages are strictly for businesses. All right. But if you have a business, create a business page. Don't use your personal profile for your business purpose. There are reasons why I'm telling this. Okay. Personal profiles are for personal use. Don't mix business and pleasure together. Okay. And groups are for common people with common interests. If you're into reading, you have this habit of reading, so you can join a bookworm club. Or like for me, I joined a lot of speakers network group and coaches group and stuff like that. And Mothers Connect, I'm being a mother, I want to be in that group also. So these are for people with common interests. There are different things, right? If you're a business person, you must have a business page for your own business. Okay. You can also convert your profile because some of them ask, I have a lot of friends in my profile, so I just get them all into my business. See, you can easily convert your profile into a business page. You see the link there? You just have to click the link and Facebook will help you to do that. All right. So basically all your friends will be turned into your fans and all your content will become your page content. Of course, you have the flexibility of taking off, deleting stuff and all that. And worry not, your profile will still be there and you also will have a page. So it's two in one, right? No, two in two. You will have two different pages, one page and one profile. Okay. So why business page? Why can't I use profile? So I have this question to say, can I do business using my profile? And say, yeah, you can, but it's not so wise because pages can make your page go public. All right. So more people will get to know you and you will reach more people. Definitely you can reach more people because you have ads. Okay. You can run ads and you don't, in profile, you can only limit up to 5,000 people liking you. The rest will start following you. But in pages, you have like millions, you can just go and look at some celebrities, some big brands, how many millions of followers they have. All right. And pages give you insights for you to track and measure. All right, so you can do that only on pages, not on profiles. And of course, making money. How you can make money? When you do ads, you make money. All right. Okay. So now, these are the four important things that you need to optimize your Facebook page. Four important things that you have to give attention to: your cover image, your profile image, your about section, and the story. See, cover image is okay. The cover image, the organic reach for cover image is bad, but it doesn't mean that you should neglect cover image. All right. So I'll give you some example on how to. It's not working. All right. So your cover image should be in the right size. If it's too small, it gets stretched. If it's too big, it gets cut off. So it has to be on the right size. So this is the right size. You can easily create this on Canva, or if you need, you can just get a designer to design for you this. And just make sure you see the dotted line here. This is the mobile view. You have to make sure because 90% of people are on mobile now. So you have to make sure that the mobile view is clear. All right. So important messaging put in the middle. It's not like website where it auto reduce its size to mobile version. Here you need to just make the image a bit optimized. All right. That means in the middle there, the middle section there, make sure all the important messages are there. Okay. And you must abide by Facebook rule. This your cover photo is public and you cannot have any misleading stuff and all that, because people can complain. And once people complain, once people report, Facebook will investigate into it and they will take action. You don't want your page to get shut down just because of a cover page, all right? So, and of course you can have a video as a cover page and all that, all right? That's entirely up to you, but the idea here is give it attention to your cover page, okay? And then your profile image, all right? So your profile image ideally is 360 by 360 pixel, okay? And profile image predominantly will be your logo, and don't change your logo too often. Profile cover, you can change. Profile, not so much, all right? So once you already have a logo, stick to it. But you can be a bit creative with your logos. Something that we did in the past for our client. You see, it's a different, we just play around with the logo, all right? So that's something that you can do, but keep the essence of logo there, okay? And then about section. So when you go to about in your page, there's an about section, you can write 1 to 2 simple sentences about your business. So don't be too detailed. This is just 1 to 2 simple sentences. And this can be your elevator pitch kind of a thing. What kind of problems are you solving? Who are you trying to reach? You know, stuff like that. 1 to 2 simple sentences. And use keywords here for a better rank in search engine results page. Okay. And then you have story. In story, you can go in depth about what your business are, why did you start your business, and so. And normally I tell my clients and my students, when you write the story, try to be a bit emotional, add some emotion to it. Okay, somebody just raised their hands. Do you want to ask some question? Just a second. Let me just check the chat. Okay, nothing. All right. So try to be a bit emotional. This is the art of storytelling. People love to hear nice stories, and when you have like emotional touch to that, you just hit the bomb, right? So you can add images and stuff. So have a beautiful story written for your page, okay? And claim your vanity URL. So this is the vanity URL. So just a little bit of self-promotion. This is my page. So you know which is the vanity URL? The username there. So once you claim your username, it will become your URL, right? So make sure you have this. And if you see, I have all it in capital letters. Why? It enhances readability, okay? So as an admin, you can create the username. Of course, you don't have space. You cannot put space and underscore, but you can have full stop. That's why it's all full stop in my page there, all right? Capitalize, like I mentioned, capitalize each word to enhance readability. And you have a character limitation there, all right? And then you have call to action button. Okay, so this is your call to action button. So make sure you get this right also. Don't leave it there. And which is the easiest way for customers to connect with you. Okay, Facebook gives you a whole lot of options. Okay, for me, I want them to WhatsApp me straight. For you, you maybe want them to make a booking, or you want them to go to your website, on, or send a message, PM you. So many options. So you can just go there and check what's the options that you have. And then before you start any posting and stuff like that, we are still in a profile. You know, the 3 paling important principles, the profile. So we are still on profile. So what you need to do is you have to manage your customer reviews and comments. And this, you have a way of doing it. Simple way, just 5 simple steps. Number 1, start asking for Facebook reviews. Whenever you do, whenever you give your service or anything, get them to come back to your page and write a review. Review gives a lot of credibility for you. You know, it increases your credibility. So ask them for review. Ask. Nobody will come and just give like that. You ask. Okay. So ask. Second one, pay attention to what your customers say. In every comment, in every PM that they're asking question, all that, pay attention, because from the questions you know what they really want, where they are not happy, you know how you can improve your customer service and stuff like that. Acknowledge that you will receive negative reviews. Okay, I want to share a story about a client. I better don't say the client's name, but they are very reputable insurance company in Malaysia. So before, when we went and met them, it took us almost 6 months to close the deal, because They were so scared they will get negative review on their page. But the thing is, they already started getting negative review on the Google review, so nobody can do anything about it. So we just have to acknowledge that we will get the negative review. How we are reacting to the negative review is a different thing. Okay, when you get a negative review, just acknowledge it. Okay, and then dig deeper. What is wrong with them? Why are they not happy? You know. But sometimes, of course, you will have some troublemakers who simply come and post something and stuff like that. Okay, but you just have to manage this. Respond to all customers quickly. So for my corporate clients, we have like a 12 hours gap. But if you are doing this by your own self, maybe you can just install a Facebook Pages Manager apps on your phone. And the moment you have any any notification about a review, about comments or this one, you can just quickly attend to them. It's very easy. And finally, make your response personal. Okay, people don't want to know that you are a robot. Okay, try to make it personal. They want to know that they want to have that touch. You see, try to make it personal. Help as much as you can. The moment you try to give them that value, they will always come back to you. Okay, just these 5 simple steps. All right. So I've done briefly explaining about optimizing your Facebook page. You know, get these 5 things done, and you're already ready. Now let's look at your people. Okay, guys. So people here is, who are you trying to reach? Your customer, your target audience. And these are the questions you need to ask yourself. Okay, what problems you're solving for them? What values are you adding for them? And why should they even buy from you? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you a video that's a very, very powerful video. It's just going to take 2.27 minutes, 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Can I have a thumbs up if you want to see the video? Okay. So this video, I got this from LinkedIn, shared by Dr. Jake Abdullah. So it was a powerful video. I was just blown away. So I hope, have a look at this video. This is about customers, okay, your target audience. Wait, can you hear?
There's a Harvard Business Review called Connect Then Lead.
Okay. All right.
It states they did a lot of research on thousands and thousands of leaders and salespeople, and what they found is that the 2 most important traits of top leaders and salespeople for influence are competency and empathy. But the order matters. I'm going to share a quick little story with you. My husband decided to trade in what we lovingly called his shopping cart of a vehicle. He called the sales guy and made an appointment, and as we're driving down, he looks at me and he says, now listen, no matter what he says, no matter what the price is, we're not buying anything today. You got that? I said, I got it. So we get to the car dealership. Out comes this sort of middle-aged, silver-haired guy. He takes one look at my husband and he says, Lee Gerstein, it is so amazing to meet you. He said, I hope you don't mind. I looked you up on LinkedIn. I like to know a little bit about the people I'm going to serve. And he said, I see that you're the past president for the National Ability Center, and my own son has autism. He said, I just want to thank you for the work that you do. My husband's eyes just lit up, right? They go into Jared's office and they start talking about autism research, about cures. This goes on for 25, 35 minutes. We stand up, we're walking to go out on the car lot. We haven't even seen a truck. My husband looks at me and he says, I think he has what we need here. Here's the thing. Jared had the competency for trucks. Jared knew about all the different models. He knew about the horsepower. He probably knew the future of self-driverless trucks. But he knew something much more important. He knew my husband, Lee. And that's why you may want to write this one down. Trust is built of 5 components, but it's empathy that gets you in the door. It's reliability, competency, integrity, and vulnerability that keep you there. But you have to lead with empathy. Both are equally important. You need to know your product, you need to know your people. But here's the thing. Before people decide what they think of your message, they decide what they think of you. Don't ever forget that. There's a Harvard...
Wow, that was powerful, right? So when I heard that, I was like, okay, this is what you need to have the empathy. You really need to know your people. Of course, you know your product. You are the master of your product. You created your product, but how well do you know your people? The people is going to buy your product. So this is super duper important. This is why whenever I mean, my personal experience, when I started doing ads like many years ago, I always don't get the right results. So I improvise on a lot of ads targeting, my copy, my image, and stuff like that. But then I realized the important thing is my target audience is not right. If my target audience is not right, I will never get the results. So I learned it's a different way. And normally when we do an ads or try to reach our target, we will just put like one ads in Facebook ads. You have like a campaign, you have ad set. So you'll create one ad set with all the interests and all the people from 18 years old to 65 years old, just to, so that you can just reach everyone, which may not be the right thing, which is not the right thing actually. All right. So then I decided to segmentize my customers. I create different customer personas. All right. So what I'm going to teach you is how do you create different customer personas and for different personas, you create different caption, different copy, different creative, everything, and you do the ads and you sell your products. All right. So this is what I normally do. When you want to, this is a template, okay, but just a template for a guidance. So what you do is you create an avatar for your customer. For example, just think of this one ideal customer for yourself. I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm running Starbucks coffee, all right, coffee shop. So my ideal customer, not during MCO time, it's in the future. My ideal customer that I'm going to create an avatar is I'm going to create a person, all right? So this person could be 27 years old. His name is Jack, for example. So Jack is 27 years old, male, of course, not married, and he's a website designer. He does a website developer. He does design works and stuff like that. And he has challenges, what kind of challenges he's faced in their life. I will just think about that and I will just create an avatar for him. So the thing is, am I creating, I could say that he's what kind of likes that he might have. He might be a futsal fan, or he might like to play video games, he's a Dota player or whatever, So I'm actually creating a persona for my audience. And when I create this persona, do you think I'm talking about this one person? No, it's actually a big community behind this one person. So another thing that I want to share, when we ran enrollment ads for my clients, so we target based on, okay, let me just take one of the college clients, right? So when we run enrollment ads for college, so I will have to create two different type of ads. One is for the students. We are targeting on the students. Another one, we are targeting on the parents. So for students, the copy and caption will be totally different because they think about, they want to go to university, they want to have fun, they want to, be with their friends and all that. So the image should be kids or this university students in a group having fun, laughing and stuff like that. Enjoy your life or something like that. And when it comes to parents, they think about the children's future. All right. So I will create an image with the parents, embracing the child or something like that, some emotional that. And I'll say, worried about a bright future for your child, we got it covered, stuff like that. So, and when I design, this is only designing part, right? Now I need to go to the creating that audience. So I am going to target parents who are looking for schools, all right, for tertiary education. But can I just go and put all the likes as private school education in Malaysia, all the colleges and stuff like that? It doesn't work because everyone is targeting that. It might work for a certain extent. But when I dig deeper, I'm talking about a mother. A mother is just like me, maybe a bit older than me, okay? So a mother, so she might be in different groups. She might have different idea, different interests as well. Maybe cooking, maybe she's a mompreneur, she's no. So when I think about that, I'll start targeting all the other things as well. All right. So then I will have a complete, proper audience that I already defined properly. All right. So the next stage is you run ads, or for your clients. The moment you build a persona, you run ads. and see, you won't know. You already feel like you already built the best customer persona, but sometimes it just don't give you the results. It's okay. Whichever giving you the result, use that, run more look-alike audience stuff. Okay. So this is just a bit more technical. Okay, maybe you would now. No problem. All right. So the idea is build your buyer's persona. Know your buyers. The thing is that you need to know why they have to buy from you. You don't sell your product just like that. This is not a market where they come and buy things. You have to go and tell them things. All right. So that is about the target audience. So guys, do you understand that? I need to see all of you again. So far clear? I didn't get any thumbs up. All right. Some more thumbs up. Okay, this group of people, right? Okay, cool. All right. So let me just continue. Now I'm going into page posting, the third one. All right. Once you already have your profile done, you have your people sorted out, you go to your page posting. So post must be caption and image. Don't post only with the image, or don't post only with the caption. It has to have caption and image. So when I mention image, is creative. It can be a video, it can be a poll, it can be images, anything. All right. Just that, don't only put a caption. Okay. And only two ways of using social media platform. One, you post content so that you create conversation, you create interest, and you create brand awareness. And second one, you place ads on social media sites. All right. So that you get wider reach of audience. Okay. So, but before posting anything on Facebook page, ask yourself this thing. First, is it shareable? All right. So don't worry, not every post gets shared, but just say that I asked whether it's shareable. I didn't ask whether it's likable or whether it's commentable. I say it's shareable because when we do ads and all that, we have our metrics. Share gives the highest weight compared to likes and commenting. All right, it takes a bit more effort to share. All right, so just think whether would you want to share the kind of article that you post. Second thing, make sure it's short. You don't want to go too long on Facebook as well. Try to limit your characters because here less is more. Try to limit your characters, right? And then all your posts, try to have a CTA. CTA doesn't mean call to action, doesn't mean it's a sales post, it's a promotional post. Okay, and simple things like agree, give me a heart if you agree, like if you agree. Stuff like that is also a CTA because you are actually training your audience to take some kind of action. All right, just a simple like, give me a like, give me a comment, give me a heart, stuff like that. Just say that and can help to improve fan engagement. And the moment they reply something back. When the moment they comment, reply. All right, please reply. And conversational. When you post things, when you come up with a content, try to make it conversational. All right. If you really wonder what they want to hear, ask them. Don't tell them. All right. Facebook is, you have to know them. Okay. And yeah, of course. And when you make the content conversational, it will motivate them to reply. Okay. So again, I have to stop here a bit. So the thing is, there are companies, SMEs, and all that I know. They do everything in house. Okay, which is a good thing. But you must realize that content creation, designing, and ads management is like 3%'s job. You cannot get one pathetic poor admin staff to do all these three things. All right. Try to help. If you don't have the resource, try to help, try to butt in, try to give them some idea and stuff like that. Because why I'm trying to tell here is because when you're creating post, you need to have a strategy on creating post. And only a content creator will have that idea. But of course, you can always educate yourself, all right? But don't push all this responsibility to one person. Try to butt in. Okay, guys? And the number 5 is whether it's relevant to my page. Always stay relevant, always stay on topic. Okay, you wouldn't want to mix your personal belief in your business page. No, it won't appear professional. Okay, you wouldn't want to do that. And talk like a friend, not like a brand. You are not a robot behind any brand. You talk like how you talk to your clients when they are in front of you face to face, right? So humanize your language, you get better response. Okay. And another important thing of content strategy is to have your content pillars. When you have a content pillar, these are the pillar that's a theme that you're going to follow for all your postings. All right. And this is something that I've came up with that works with most of my clients. But for different, what you call different businesses, you might have different content pillar, content team. Okay, so come up with a content pillar, do a brainstorming session with your team, what you want to have, what you want to talk to your audience. Come up with a content pillar, and for each content pillar, come up with posts and stuff like that. Put it in a template, in a calendar template, so that you have the consistency, and you know at end of every month, you know which content pillar is actually giving the highest engagement. All right. So the thing is, give your content pillar like 2 or 3 months to see which is performing. If you feel like one of the pillars are not performing, you can always remove it and add a new one. So try to have like 5 to 7 content pillars, different content pillars, and see. Testimony is one of the most important content pillars, which I didn't put here. I might missed it out. So add testimonies as well as your content pillar here. Okay, guys. And of course, another question that I got was how regularly I must post. Actually, there's no standard rule for this. It's basically how active your audience are. But I would advise, don't post too regularly, not like 5-6 posts in a day, or just don't leave your page empty for a few days. You know, people will forget you very fast. Okay? And try to find your rhythm. Okay, check in your insight how active your audience are. The safe one is at least 1 post a day, or you can also go for 2 posts a day. All right, one a heavy post, one a relaxed post, like that. So you can do that because for some of my clients, 1 post a day works well. For some, 2 days once we post. Okay, so it's actually, there's no rule on this, so don't have to be like so. You know? So just find your rhythm and post. Okay, so this is what a best time to post that we got for last year. So I'm sure during this MCO, most of the thing is like dark blue now. All right, so this is the like best time to post worldwide. Again, just general rule of thumb, you have to find your own based on your insight. Okay, for example, in my college college client, we post some important announcement at 11 o'clock in the night and 3 o'clock in the evening, because this is the time the students are very active for some reason. All right, so find your rhythm, find your own style. Okay, and you don't have to worry if you don't have means of creating images. So there are free tools available for you to create beautiful images. My personal favorite is Canva and Gravit. You can create basically everything, anything, any Facebook post, Facebook cover photo, videos, anything on all this designer, and it's free. Okay, so you can do this. I'm just giving you some tips. Okay, but of course, if you have some what you call that, if you have means, you know, you have budget and all that, you can always hire a designer to design for you. With a proper style guide. Okay, style guide is another big thing. I couldn't cover everything today, right, guys? So some important notes when creating images, just make sure you don't have too much of words in your images. And if you need to have too much of words in your images, you can make it into a GIF or a video. All right. So because too much image and you can't even promote it, because Facebook will consider that as spam, and you won't be able to promote it. Okay, so this, I'm just giving some 2 different examples of what you can do. Okay, and of course you have insight. Leverage on the insight. It shows everything that you need to do so that you can take the data. You can just extract the data and study the data. Okay, so what my advice would be, every end of every month when you start your campaign, just export the data. You can export it and keep it. Okay, so when you do that, you can measure what happened from the previous month and all that. So this is a very smart way of doing. So please use this Insight by Facebook. Or if you are doing like big level, big scale, ads and all that, you can always go for third party third-party reporting tools like I'm using Buffer, I'm using Quintly. So they give you a lot of deep, in-depth analysis also. Okay, so these are quite good. But for just if you only have one page that you're managing and you just want to track simple stuff, actually it's not so simple also. Facebook Insight is quite in depth, so you can use it. Okay, and Facebook has this thing called Creator Studio. I'm sure some of you might have seen this. This is you can use Creator Studio to schedule your things. Okay, so what do I do for my clients, right? We create content 1 month ahead. Okay, for June we already created content now, so we will send it to them for them to check, for them to approve. So once they approve, we will just schedule it up on Facebook and Instagram, and it's just done. And then when that day comes, when the 1st of June comes, the post will go up automatically. So it saves a lot of time, and there's no way you can miss. Okay, so every day you will have a post going up. Okay, so that's Creator Studio for Facebook and IG. So yeah, and then finally, I think we are already nearing time. Okay, finally, one of the things that you always must do is you must test, you must measure. Okay, keep testing, keep measuring, be very consistent. Okay, if you ask me, will you get all this right? Definitely no, definitely no. If someone tells you that Facebook is easy, you can just follow certain templates and you can get all done, it doesn't work that way. It's not that easy. It is hard work, but it is doable. So you need to keep on doing this. All right. Even up to now, I still do mistakes. But so what? Mistakes has happened. That's the only way you can learn. I still screw up my clients' campaigns, but you learn and we learn together. So I'll just thank God that I have like really good clients. So we sit, we discuss, and then we know, okay, what we can do better, stuff like that. So when you start something new, acknowledge that things might go wrong, but get the help. If you need some help, get the help, and just continue doing it. Don't give up. Okay. It's very sad when people come to me. It's like I stopped doing Facebook marketing. I stopped doing all this social media crap because it just doesn't work. It works. Trust me, it works if you know the right way of doing it. If you do it wisely, just simple as that. Right. So, and basically, I've come to the last part of my slide where there's a very important slide, this one. I have to thank all of you. All right. Thank you for listening to me for so long. I hope you don't get tired of my voice.